Hello and welcome back to our module 5. In this video lecture, we shall be studying the last part of this module, which talks about technology innovations and future of sustainability. But before that, a quick recap of what we studied last time about the role of the governments, the NGOs, the institutions, the policies, and the international agreement, SDGs, UNFCCC, or the Paris Agreement. Now, all of those agreements and international conventions talked about the world coming together in a way that we have technological innovations and a sense of community in furthering sustainability. In this topic today, I have two very interesting technological innovations which help us further the cause of sustainability. And as bleak as it seems to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals of 2030, such technological innovations and further innovations and promotion of more entrepreneurships in this sector are the key for the future of sustainability. And honestly, before talking about the future of sustainability, let's have that very clearly in our minds that if it's not sustainable, there's no future at all in the first place. So, what is sustainable innovation? The definition is very clear from the words itself. It's the use of innovation, that is technology, to meet the present needs without compromising the ability of future generations. The meaning of sustainability is just the same. And adding sustainability to innovations is the way forward because this is a tech world. The AI is going above and beyond with what it can do, and its capacities are boundless. So, innovation that is sustainable is the need of the hour. The focus area, of course, remains reduction of resource consumption, optimum utilization, minimum waste and pollution, enhancing energy efficiency, promoting circular economy. Now, circular economy was one topic we studied in a lot of detail in our previous module, where I was telling you about how functional and sustainable it is to have a circular economy which is a fancy word for reuse, recycle, and reduce. So sustainable innovation, of course, is all of that. And here we begin. So innovative technologies that drive sustainability, renewable energy technologies. Now, of course, we studied about natural resources which were renewable and non-renewable. In non-renewable, we studied about coal, about water that can be used, about other fossil fuels that will exhaust one day. But the renewable sources like solar energy, the sun is going to shine every day. The use of water that cannot be used for drinking purposes be used in other ways. The wind, which ever so caresses our face. So the use of such renewable sources of energy in technology is what is innovation in sustainability. We cannot, till the ends of the earth, use fossil fuels and petrol and diesel to run cars. We will have to switch to something that's, even if not electrical, if like it's today, goes to as good as something that works on solar energy, something that works on wind energy. So, all this innovation and sustainability is what the future should be focused on. Because, like I said, the non renewable sources are going to exhaust any day. So, coming back to renewable energy technologies, solar panels, PV, floating solar. Now, a floating solar is one interesting thing that while I was preparing for this module, I studied and I have it in store in the next slide for you. Wind turbines, we studied about these wind turbines in another module of ours where I gave you a pictorial representation of how those wind turbines have solar and wind captures in them, which can be used onshore and offshore and generate a lot of energy. Bioenergy and green hydrogen, of course, again, are very important. Bioenergy is something that can be taken from the natural resources that are present in the atmosphere, which are renewable again, the carbons, the hydrogen, the oxygen, the nitrogen, the sulfur, the phosphorus. We studied that in our nutrient cycling as well. Coming next to the solar panels, floating solar panels. Now, as you see this floating solar panel over here in the picture, solar panels are not installed at a rooftop or at the top of a building or in the window panes that we also studied, but it's a floating solar panel, as we can see in this picture. A floating solar panel comes with numerous benefits. It's high energy because look at the area that the solar panel gets. As big as the water body is, you can spread the solar plates to that area and get high energy production. Of course, there's low carbon footprint and it's greatly efficient. These platform mounted photovoltaic modules float on water, reservoirs, lakes, seas, and oceans. The floating solar panels are challenging to maintain and costly to construct. Now, of course, anything that breaks the conventional systems is cost intensive and it's challenging to maintain them. I mean, to have something constructed as this grand on a water surface is difficult to construct and challenging to maintain. But if green budgeting is done adequately, nicely, and the future is kept in mind, and the capital world shifts its attention to important things like these, it's a very efficient, high energy producing innovation. Coming next are smart technologies, smart grids, optimize power distribution, and reduce loss. These grids optimize the power distribution. Now, grid in any which way distributes power, and smart grids optimally distribute these power generated and they reduce and minimize the loss, the dissipated energy of power. IoT sensors, again, was a very interesting thing that I studied, and I'll be discussing about the same in the next slide. AI in climate modeling. Now, AI today is everywhere, from littlest things to draft a birthday message for my friend to things as big as predicting about the potential projectiles of bombs or anything. AI in between finds space for climate as well in climate modeling. It predicts and manages climate risks. Now, India, very recently, as I record this, last week saw heavy flash floods and cloud bursts in Himachal Pradesh, leading to a lot of destruction of life, livestock, and property. So, AI can be used in climate modeling. Such innovations to predict climate risks and provide an optimal solution would be great initiative. Now, IoT sensors are hardware components that detect the changes in an environment. I'm not sure if all of you are wearing a smartwatch right now, but that smartwatch is also an IoT sensor that monitors your heartbeat, your oxygen, your breathing rate, your palpitations, your blood pressure, and also the temperature around you. And also, it tells you that these are the steps that you have done. This is your carbon footprint. This is your calorie burn. So IoT sensors are hardware components that detect changes in environment basically and collect the data, forming the bridge between physical and digital world. They measure variables like temperature, pressure, motion, and more, sharing information across networks to allow devices to interact and respond effectively. They gather real time data, and the sensors enable predictive maintenance automation. Now, why am I talking about this in environment? Because IoT sensors have become indispensable across a range of industries in agriculture, healthcare, manufacturing, retail. These IoT sensors capture real time data and allow businesses to make informed decisions and optimize operations. Now, using an IoT would be like optimum utilization of gathered information about possibilities. Let's see, how is it used in agriculture. Small soil moisture sensors enable the farmer to monitor crop conditions and make a data-driven decision about irrigation. How nice is that? By ensuring that the crops receive the right amount of water, these sensors will help optimize yields, will help conserve water, and reduce the cost. In healthcare as well, like I mentioned earlier. So, using IoT sensors, not just on your wrist in a healthcare way, but in agriculture and in other manufacturing and retail purposes, will be such an optimal utilization of real time data and would be one beautiful way to practically implement the circular economy by reducing other innovative technologies that drive sustainability, circular economic to use, like I said, plastic to fuel conversion. Plastic is one big waste which does not decompose. So, finding an innovative way to convert that plastic to fuel would be a circular economy big game. Waste to energy plants, waste like, well, the most basic example of this is the biomass, where the gobar is used to produce fuel. So waste to energy plants, eco-friendly packaging, the biodegradable, we've studied about this before. Green mobility, electric vehicles and battery swapping, hydrogen fuel cell tech, bike sharing, smart public transport, all of this is a drive towards sustainability. And all these innovations, all these entrepreneurships should be encouraged because this is what will promote sustainability. This is what will bring a future that we all deserve. Emerging and frontier innovations, carbon capture, utilization, and storage, CCUS. Now, this carbon capture, utilization, and storage, what does it do? It captures the carbon dioxide from the air. It's, be it industrial waste from the cars or whatsoever, our exhalation, stores it and reuses it. Biotechnology in sustainability again is very thriving of a field. The algae-based biofuels are important. The microorganisms for wastewater treatment are again a very important niche area of research these days. Biodegradable plastics. We know that even the microplastic is not degradable, but finding a biodegradable plastic from plant starches is one of the frontier innovations that we're keenly looking forward to. Green building technologies. Our next module about sustainable urban planning and smart cities will just be dedicated to urbanization, sustainable urban design, and smart city in India. So the green building technology again, we've done about grey water cycling, we've done rainwater harvesting, we've done about net zero energy building, insulation and cooling. All of these are areas which require more attention, more funding, and such entrepreneurship should be encouraged. And I really encourage each one of you watching this video that if there's any such innovation or innovative idea in your mind, reach out to a platform where you can be the reason we have a sustainable future. The future of sustainability is in your hands again. It's essential for survival and equity, driven by climate change, resource scarcity, urbanization, social and economic equity, shift from green initiatives to systemic transformation in every sector. The future of sustainability, therefore, is no longer optional. It's essential and it's the need of the hour. The key trends that shape the future: circular economy, take, make, dispose, not a good idea. We should shift to reuse, recycle, and regenerate. We should focus on zero waste. And our lifestyle should align with the big sustainable development goals. Each one of us should be pivotal in shaping the future. Technology and AI for sustainability, again, is a point of innovation, AI driven carbon accounting, and ESG reporting. I'm curious if you know what's ESG reporting. And predictive climate analytics using AI, like we mentioned about the soil in agriculture. Similarly, the climate must be analyzed using AI for better crop production or even otherwise dealing with calamities. Smart agriculture, precision irrigation, and sustainable infrastructure, which is our next topic in the next module. The path forward, again, all the treaties and all the laws, but we need to work, and the rich countries must support the developing countries with finance and tech. Youth, of course, needs to work a little more on green entrepreneurship, and social startups and student led organizations should lead local solutions. Policy and corporate commitment, green taxation, carbon pricing based on what you're doing. The CSR, the corporate social responsibility, needs to be aligned with the goals of SDGs as well. ESG becoming core to business again. What is ESG? This is ESG, environmental social governance. And here we end our module number 5. I hope there was something that stayed with you and there's something that you would do with all this information. Thank you.